Hey, what's going on, everybody? College football is back. In this one, we're talking about prize picks for Saturday. First full slate of a bunch of games here. Excited to get into this one. We have 4 picks for you guys to consider, so stay tuned to hear all 4 of the picks. Also, Prize Picks has a free square here, Jalen Monroe. So get on Prize Picks. If you're not, just use the code down below. You're going to get a 100% deposit match. And they have a new member offer here. Play $5, get $50 instantly. So get on Prize Picks. And if you guys are looking to lock in for your picks all season long, including NFL, MLB, NBA when that comes up, join up in the private Discord here. The other day I went 8-1 in my channel giving out picks. But we have a bunch of other cappers in here. A couple of days ago we went 12-2 combined with the picks in the private Discord. Hidden slips all over the place in MLB. We've been hitting a ton. Hit some for the first days of college football as well in here. So definitely check it out. And right now we're still running code MLB for 20% off until the NFL season starts. So get in here now. Take advantage of that code. We'll see you guys over in the Discord for more picks in all sports. Bunch of cappers over there. You guys saw the big wins as well. Now let's get into the picks for this video. For the first one, I'm going to a super exciting pick here. Going to a kicker, Peyton Woodring for Georgia. Playing a team that they should dominate here. We really just need him to get 1 field goal, and then he should get it with the touchdowns here as well. Because we are expecting 5+ touchdowns for Georgia here. Get a field goal for him. Honestly, we could even see like 8 touchdowns in this game for Georgia. And this is one that he was hitting all year last year. So liking this spot for him. I think it's a good line here at 7.5 to take, even against lesser opponents. He should be kicking a lot of extra points. We just need like a field goal in here. They also have him on a demon at 1.5 field goals made, which I don't hate as a demon. But obviously they're going to be harder to hit. Higher payouts though. A tool I use over here for college football and all sports, honestly. They have MLB, NFL, WNBA is Outlier. If you want to check them out, they have a 7-day free trial. It's a great place to find data. And I use it every single day. So what you can see here is his last 10 games. He's hit this in 8 of his last 10. And then we can go to just all of 2023. And he hit this in 71% of games, including the early games, against Tennessee, TNM, I believe is Tennessee, something, and then Ball State here. Against, these smaller schools, he was still getting it 12 kicking points, 9 kicking points. Had games with 15, 13. And, in some of their lower scoring games, like they scored 31 here, he only got 7. And then against Bama, he only got 6. So in the tougher matchups, he may struggle. But these juicier matchups, when they're expected to get a lot of points, should be a good line for him. I saw this one at 8 flat earlier, so also getting a deal here. Something else you could do on Outlier is they have all these scrollers here to change the hit rate based on different things. So total points scored in the game. We're expecting a lot more than 38 scored in this game. So you can see when they score 54 or more, it's a 75% hit rate. 55 or more, 86% hit rate on this. So the higher scoring games, he will benefit as well. So liking this one for him. I think we're getting a good line here on one that he basically hit all of last year in the higher scoring games. So liking this one as the first pick. Not a super exciting one, but going to go with this. Now we're going to go to 2 players in the same game, Penn State and West Virginia. A guy I'm really liking this season is going to be Harrison Wallace. Going to go to him over on his receiving yards at 37.5 in this game. And he was somewhat involved with the team last year, dealt with some injuries definitely, where I don't think he played, where he definitely missed some games. But this year he's expected to be their number 1 receiver, which obviously last year he wasn't even like top 3. But this year, I think he's going to have a big year. This game is actually supposed to be pretty close. The spread's around 7 or 8 in this one, so not total blowout expected in this one. So I think he's going to have to play a lot. And a lot of people think he's going to be their number 1 receiver at 37.5 receiving yards. I think we're getting a great line here. Showing you guys all my tools here, but another tool I use is going to be OddsJam here. And OddsJam, basically what they do is give you the best chance to hit on sites like Prizepicks by comparing it to other sites. So if you guys want to check them out, just use the link down below and you'll get a trial for them as well. But you can see FanDuel has this at 40.5, 38.5 on Caesars, 38.5 on Underdog, 41.5 here on Hot Streak. So we're getting that 37.5 one that they like. I don't like to go against other sports books, so I like taking value like this as well. And I think he's supposed to be like their number 1 receiver, like I said. we could say here, this top article says, he's out to prove a point after the injuries last year, and he's poised to be Penn State's number one receiver in 2024. I've seen that a few places. We can look at this one as well on Outlier. Last season, in minimal work, he still hit this in 3 of 7 games. Also got injured in some of these games, so didn't play as much as he would in some of these, and still hit this almost over half the time if he hit it in one more of these, but dealt with injuries and only played in 7 games last year. So I think this is one that we could definitely target here, liking him in this spot for potentially their number one target and supposed to be one of their leading receivers at a pretty good line here in a fairly close game on the spread. So we're going to stick to this game. And I know that Penn State didn't allow a lot of passing yards last year, but Cole Taylor, I think he's one of the top 10 tight ends maybe in the nation here. Had a really good season last year. I'm going to roll with him. I think they're going to be feeding him a lot, trying to hit him on a bunch of short passes here rather than going outside, because they're not going to have so much time to pass here against Penn State. I think those quick ones to the tight end could be very effective. Cole Taylor could see a lot of targets and catches in this one, and I think they're going to be down and throwing a lot. So I'm liking going to Cole Taylor at just 23.5. This is one here, if we look at it on Outlier from last year, you can see he hit it in 9 of 13 games. His last 3, he went for 39, 64, and 33 in, against some tougher teams here. And actually, they opened up last year against Penn State as well, and he got 31 yards against them. So I'm liking this hit rate, liking that he hit this against Penn State last year and how he ended last season. So I think definitely one we can go to here for Cole Taylor, kind of a bring back with Harrison Wallace in this one. Again, I don't like going against sportsbooks, so I use OddsJam here. And we could see 23.5 over on the receiving yards. FanDuel's got it at 26.5. Bovada 26.5, and Hot Streak 24.5. So we're getting a good deal on this pick as well. So that's what I like in my picks here. For the next one, we're going to Braden Fowler over on his passing yards at 215.5. Colorado State massive underdogs to Texas here, but I think that he's going to hit this line, and I think he can be somewhat effective in this. I think the line may be a little too large in this. I think it's around 35. I kind of like Colorado State to cover that. They showed that they were decent last year and could put up some points. Fowler definitely was hitting this one almost every game last year, I believe. We can look at this one, and he's a veteran. He's been there a long time now. Still has some of the top receivers. Torrey Horton is honestly one of the best receivers in the nation. As we come back and look at Fowler's numbers here, you could see 10 of 12 games he hit this last season. So definitely liking that. A 462-yard game, multiple 300, I think 4 300-plus yard games here. So I think he could absolutely smash this. In Texas, they honestly give up a good amount of passing yards, 254 per game. Actually a pretty good spot for him. In one of these spots where he didn't hit it last year, they ran the ball a ton. They only passed 41% of the time. But then we saw other games where they passed 75% of the time, 70% of the time, 71% of the time. So I think their passing will be outweighing the running game in this one for sure. And yeah, it's a 34-point spread. But I think that may be too high in this one. So I am going to him. He's got one of the best receivers in the nation. Absolutely smashed this last year. I think they're going to be passing a lot. Texas defense against the pass is something that they should be looking to do here. So I am liking this one. And if you guys want more picks, you see I went 8-1 on my channel the other day. But we have a bunch of other cappers in here. Overall, we went 12-2 in a day. There's been a ton of big wins over in the Discord. So definitely get in here and check it out. You can use code MLB until the NFL season starts for 20% off. So get in here. Let's lock in for the football season. Hope you guys enjoy this one. We'll see you in the Discord. Subscribe to the channel.